Father, allow this person who's reading with me the Bible absorb of your understanding and of your knowledge and of your mercy and of your love and of your peace, so that we may be able to reflect upon those values wherever we go. In the name of Jesus Christ we pray. Amen. Brothers and sisters, welcome to day 60 of the King James Bible. So, here's what we're going to read. I'm going to read from Deuteronomy again. Let me see. I'm going to go chapter 22, the law of brotherhood. Thou shalt not see the brother's ox or his sheep go astray, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother. And if thy brother be not nigh unto thee, or if thou know him not, then thou shalt bring it unto thine own house, and it shall be with thee until thy brother seek after it, and thou shalt restore it to him again. In like manner shalt thou do with his ass, and so shalt thou do with his raiment, and with all lost things of thy brothers which he hath lost, and thou hast found, shalt thou do likewise. Thou mayest not hide thyself. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt surely help him to lift them up again. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God. If a bird's nest chance to be before thee in the way of in any tree, or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young, but thou shalt in any wise let the dam go. And take the young to thee, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days. When thou buildest a new house, then thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof, and that thou bring not blood upon thine house, if any man fall from thence. Flor Whitaker, Parish Cam 3, and Waterway YT. God bless you all. Welcome in. This is the King James Bible. This is Deuteronomy 22. The law of separation. Thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with divers seeds, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown, and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled. Thou shalt not plow with the ox and ass together. Thou shalt not wear a garment of divers sorts, as of woolen and linen together. Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four quarters of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself. Liam Holland, God bless you. Thank you for joining in. Let me just put this as a wait. We'll continue again in just a moment. Just got to get some supplements for myself, and we will continue. All right, the innocent wife and the guilty wife. Let me just drink. If any man take a wife, and go in unto her, and hate her, and give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city and the gate. All right, let's see this comment from Hello, would you like to hear about our Dark Lord and Savior Saren? I don't know who that is, but God bless you, Pyro. What are you reading? Fortnite God? God bless you, by the way, Fortnite. I'm reading the King James Bible, Deuteronomy. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hateth her. Oh, by the way, thank you for subscribing, Parish Cam. Thank you. God bless you, Big Brabowski. I hope God illuminates you. Fortnite says, God bless you too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And lo, he hath given occasions of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid, and yet these are the tokens of thy daughter's virginity, and they shall spread a cloth before the elders of the city. And the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him, and they shall amerce him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel, and she shall be his wife. He may not put her away all his days. They shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones, that she die, because she hath wrought folly in Israel, to play the whore in her father's house. So shalt thou put evil away from among you. I think I skipped a verse. But if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones, that she may die, because she hath wrought folly in Israel, to play the whore in her father's house. So shalt thou put evil away among you. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with a woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of the city, and ye shall stone them with stones, that they may die, the damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife. So thou shalt put away evil from among you. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and a man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in a damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor, and slayeth him, even so this is this matter. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel to cry, and there was none to save her. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He will not put her away all his days. A man shall not take his father's wife, nor discover his father's skirt. Chapter 23, Divers Regulations. He that is wounded in the stones or hath his privy member cut off shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord. An Ammonite or Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Even to their 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of the Lord forever, because they met you not with bread and with water in the way when you came forth out of Egypt, and because they hired against thee Balaam, the son of Beor, of Pethor, of Mesopotamia, to curse thee. Nevertheless, the Lord thy God will not hearken unto Balaam, but the Lord thy God turned the curse into a blessing unto thee, because the Lord thy God loved thee. Thou shalt not seek their peace nor their prosperity all thy days forever. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou wast a stranger in his land. The children that are begotten of them shall enter into the congregation of the Lord in their 3rd generation. When the host goeth forth against thy enemies, then keep thee from every wicked thing. If there be among you any man that is not clean by reason of uncleanness, that chanceth him by night, then shall he go abroad out of the camp. He shall not come within the camp. But it shall be, when evening cometh on, he shall wash himself with water, and when the sun is down, he shall come into the camp again. Thou shalt have a place also without the camp, whither thou shalt go abroad. And thou shalt have a paddle upon thy weapon, and it shall be, when thou wilt ease thyself abroad, thou shalt dig therewith, and shalt turn back and cover that which cometh from thee. For the Lord thy God walketh in the midst of thy camp to deliver thee, and to give up thine enemies before thee. Therefore shalt thy camp be holy, that he see no unclean thing in thee, and turn away from thee. Thou shalt not deliver unto his master the servant which is escaped from his master unto thee. He shall dwell with thee, even among you, in that place which he shall choose in one of thy gates, where it liketh him best. Thou shalt not oppress him. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, not a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Thou shalt not bring the hire of a whore or the price of the dog into the house of the Lord thy God for any vow, for even both these are abomination unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother, usury of money, of victuals, of anything that is lent upon it. Unto a stranger that thou mayest lend upon usury or usury, something like that. But unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury. That the Lord thy God may bless thee in all that thou settest thine hand to, in the land whither thou goest in to possess it. When thou shalt bow a vow unto the Lord thy God, Thou shalt not slack to pay it, for the Lord thy God will surely require it of thee, and it would be sin in thee. But if thou shalt forbear to vow, it shall be no sin in thee. That which is gone out of thy lips thou shalt keep and perform, even a freewill offering, according as thou hast vowed unto the Lord thy God, which thou hast promised with thy mouth. When thou comest into thy neighbor's vineyard, then thou mayest eat grapes thy fill at thine own pleasure, but thou shalt not put any in thy vessel. When thou comest into the standing corn of thy neighbor, then thou mayest pluck the ears with thine hand, but thou shalt not move a sickle unto thy neighbor's standing corn. Sorry. Chapter 24, the Mosaic Law of Divorce. When a man hath taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he hath found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill uh, of divorcement, and give it in her hand, and send her out of his house. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. And if the latter husband hate her, and write her a bill of divorcement, and give it in her hand, and then send her out of his house, or if the latter husband which took her to be his wife, her former husband which sent her away may not take her again to be his wife after that she is defiled, for that is an abomination before the Lord, and thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance. Divers regulations. When a man hath taken a new wife, he shall not go out to war, neither shall he be charged with any business. But he shall be free at home 1 year, and shall cheer up his wife which he hath taken. No man shall take the nether of the upper millstone to pledge, for he hath taken a man's life to pledge. God bless you, Pangy. Welcome in. If a man be found stealing any of his brethren of the children of Israel, and maketh merchandise of him, or selleth him, then that thief shall die, and thou shalt put evil away from among you. Take heed in the plague of leprosy. Take thou observe diligently, and do according to all that the priests, the Levites, shall teach you. As I commanded them, so ye shall observe to do. Remember what the Lord thy God did unto Miriam by the way, after that ye were come forth out of Egypt. When thou dost lend thy brother anything, thou shalt not go into his house to fetch his pledge. Thou shalt stand abroad, and the man whom thou dost lend shall bring out the pledge abroad unto thee. And if the man be poor, thou shalt not sleep with his pledge. In any case thou shalt deliver him the pledge again when the sun goeth down, that he may sleep in his own raiment, and bless thee, and it shall be righteousness unto thee before the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not oppress that hired servant that is poor and needy, whether he be of thy brethren or of thy strangers that are in thy land within thy gates. At his day thou shalt give him his hire, neither shall the sun go down upon it, for he is poor, and setteth his heart upon it, lest he cry against thee unto the Lord, and it be sin unto thee. The fathers shall not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for their fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin. But thou shalt remember that thou wast a bondman in Egypt, and the Lord thy God redeemed thee thence. Therefore I command thee to do this thing. When thou cuttest down thy harvest in thy field, and hast forgot a sheaf in the field, thou shalt not go again to fetch it. It shall be for a stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in all the work of thine hands. When thou beatest thine olive tree, thou shalt not go over the boughs again. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow. When thou gatherest the grapes of thy vineyard, thou shalt not glean it afterward. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow. Thou shalt remember that thou wast a bondman in the land of Egypt. Therefore I command thee to do this thing. The word of the Lord. Praise to you, God. Oh, Christian, welcome back. God bless you. Yeah. You know what? If I'd known that I'd see you again, I probably wouldn't take these pills. These sleeping pills. It's been a busy week for me. So glad to be back. Oh yeah. It's been a hectic week for me in terms of school. I had a not calculus, thank goodness, but exam for chemistry, then a lab afterwards. So, yeah, I have no. My mind was dancing around from place to place. Yeah. What else? Yesterday I had a STEM expo. What I did is I was supposed to originally follow students into rooms. Like, for example, physics. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Thank you. So the STEM Expo, we have 5 segments or 5 rooms. The first one, physics, they have suction cups, they have fiber optic cables, they have one of those glass things where you hold it and it boils. Not because it's 212 degrees, but it's because of atmospheric pressure. And then some oscopes or oscilloscopes or whatever you call them, folks. What else? Also, we got to play around with some magnets. And yeah, there's more. And then the second one was physics. Trying to think. I think it was engineering. I could be mistaken, but I think that's what it was. Or no, actually it was geology/biology. In there, they had rocks or geodes, and they also had a rat that was dissected. They played around with that. Then, engineering, they had like a robot that you could guide through a track and play around with. So that's awesome. And chemistry, they did an experiment where they filled a water bottle with a bunch of liquid nitrogen, and when they flipped it, it instantly flew way up. And of course, math. They did this uh, card trick. They had 16 playing cards, and they would pick one, and I'm not sure what the heck would happen, but they would end up showing you that that was a card. So yeah, I remember chemistry wasn't one of my best subjects in high school. For me, chemistry is fairly easy, but what got me in high school is the quantum stuff. I wasn't very familiar. I didn't focus enough with quantums and stuff like that. So that. So yeah. Anyways, that's what I did in Expo. AP Chemistry. Wow. AP. You know. Uh. Man, what did I have? I had. Oh yeah, that's right. I took on ramps physics my junior year, and then my senior year I took food science, which was awesome. What else? Gaming mobile. Thank you for subscribing. God bless you. And so yeah. So those were the 5 activities, and then at the end, everybody would gather up to see like a huge like 5 or 10 gallon water bottle being filled with water and liquid nitrogen. I posted some shorts over there on the Team SOS Plus channel, and yeah, it was awesome. Food science sounds interesting. Wish they had that when I was in school. Yeah. So basically, in middle school they had home economics, which is you cook food. You also did what else? You learn how to knit sweaters. No, not sweaters. You learn how to knit, basically. And I don't know what else they did there. But sometimes they were in charge of, you know, serving students with some food and stuff. So that's that. What's sad is the most interesting of subjects can be destroyed if the teacher is horrible. Oh yeah. You could have the most easiest math in the world, and then this teacher can be completely obnoxious. I get that. Yeah, so that's what I did in the STEM Expo. But there was a change of plans from one of the persons managing it. They said that they would take my position as a student leader or volunteer. And so I was assigned to help my physics teacher and do his stuff with him. The same also goes with jobs. You could be working at a job you like, but the boss is a tyrant. Oh yeah. I've never been employed. I'll confess that right now. But I get what you're talking. Sometimes, I want this in this way, but I want it in 30 seconds. And then you have no ingredients, and then what the heck? How am I supposed to do this? And then you get called out. Anyways, sorry. I witnessed that this week at Long John Silver's. The manager was giving customers an attitude and screaming at employees in the kitchen. It disgusted me. Wow. Um, um, what was that Kitchen Nightmares episode? Amy, I think that was her name. She did that. She had name callings. She called out customers, calling them names, and and stuff, and she wouldn't listen to Gordon Ramsay. You'll be reporting to her to the corporate office. Yep. I would not want a boss like that. Like, I can tolerate strict bosses. I can tolerate some fiery attitudes, but like shaming people just for the sake of it, that's not something I will hearken to. Hostile work environments are illegal. I'm in business for myself because I have worked for bosses just like that. Yeah. And it won't be long until that manager, I think he said, will be ousted. Or she might just receive a fine. It all depends. Anyways, at the STEM Expo, what I did is I did that, and then one of the boys was trying to pull out a bunch of BBs from a magnet. There's a huge magnet with some BBs stuck to it, and he tried pulling it out, and the BBs got all over the floor. So, yeah. And somebody broke one of the glass things that boiled. Getting hot-headed, screaming over the smallest thing, and always micromanaging everything. I love being a business owner. Oh, yeah. Yeah, bosses like that will give you like the ones at Long John Silver's, they'll give you a hard time. These will be the reasons why I left employment for entrepreneurship. Oh, really? So you're an entrepreneur. Very good. Now that you mentioned that, I have something I want to say. But first, you brought up Long John Silver's. They're building. Well, they tore down the old Long John Silver's in Victoria, and now they're building this new one in the same location. So that's almost ready. It could open at any minute now. And the second thing, entrepreneurship. I said today on Facebook, if I became a billionaire or millionaire, I'd highly consider rebuilding Main Street down in Port Lavaca, or, you know, that's like our downtown district. How's Deuteronomy? God bless you, Adam. Deuteronomy for me is like it's like an overview of what the Lord has said in Moses' time. And like it's basically a summary of sorts. A very detailed summary at that. I think we're about to get into leprosy if I had to guess. Somewhere along those lines. Like we covered those in the book of Numbers, I think. But yeah, leprosy is something awful. Anyways, we're just chilling out with Christian. We're talking about how this this manager at Long John Silver's is screaming at people, giving employees a hard time. Yeah, I hope that wherever you're working at, Adam, that they're not that way to you. Also, Metro. I know that Metro sometimes has a rather bad time at places. So, I hope he's doing all right as well. We heard her say from the kitchen, "If you don't want to go work, go home." She's always reprimanding people loudly, and we can hear her all the way from the front when she's in the back. That's the coolest fidget spinner toy. Oh, you like this? Yeah. At first, I thought it was like a paint holder, but then I realized, oh, it's actually a fidget spinner. And it's the first one I ever owned. These were like so 2017-ish, if I had to guess. Or maybe before that. Or after. But these were the mood, 1 point. Yeah. Back to your comment. If you don't want to work, go home. Yeah, I'd probably go home. After all, why in the world would I want to work for a boss that's going to be like that? In fact, everybody should go home. Like, yes, you're probably going to lose some money, but you're going to find a better place. You're going to find a better place to work. Some bosses believe that if you can't do your job better than God can, you should be fired. That's how unrealistic they are. Better than God, yeah, that's impossible. That's so impossible on so many levels. And yes, I know that, I'll tell you once, Subway. We have a Subway in Walmart near 35. We came in at late at night, and they were already dumping the tea, and they already closed some of the bread, and I was so disappointed because they were doing so. But eventually that would slide. Even though Subway has declined for me, but at least I would say that their employees are respectable to some degree. The way you describe that Long John Silver's manager, yikes. She could easily be fined. You could thank Roar Capital for their decline. Yeah. One of my favorite things from Subway was their cups, their paper cups or their plastic cups, whichever you order. Oh, welcome back, Liv. God bless you. We're just having a conversation with Christian over some restaurants. You can thank Yum Brands for selling Long John Silver's back in 2011 to private owners. They ruined it. Oh, who do we have here? Neva. I'm so sorry. Yvonne, or I think that means the backwards N means I, the B is a V, A is an A, H is a N. So it'd be Ivan or Yvonne. How are you doing? God bless you. Liv, how are you today? I'm doing well. I had a little bit of a moment of not like, you know how you feel so unproductive? That's how I felt like 2 hours ago. Now I feel slightly better. That manager is just like the power tripping hall monitor we had in high school. She was always screaming at students, and we could hear her for miles. I'm good as well. Yikes. One day, I actually got in trouble in elementary for fist bumping a student. Like that. Bang. You know how in the NHL they fist bump whenever they score a goal? I got in trouble for that with a substitute. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to go. No worries. Sleep deep, rise and shine bright, and we'll see you tomorrow. Go in peace and seek the love of the Lord. But I shouldn't complain. I have had many moments when in charge where I was just like her. That's fair. Uh, yes, as long as it doesn't become a ruthless habit, I think that would be uh, uh, just as long as there's a purpose, then it should be fine. And if you do slip up, you know, you learn from it. That was a long time ago for me. Yeah, that's fair. I've had my fair share of mishaps as well, and everybody has in these things. I was supervising unruly kids, and I used to tell them, I am not here to be nice to you or be your friend. I am in charge and here to punish when needed. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. So, how did the unruly kids react to that? This goes back to what I was saying about me being stern and strict. Radio. I'll tell you, my dad is a fisherman. He fishes for oysters and for croakers and for shrimp. And I'll tell you in just a moment. What that LJS manager did was unjustified and just being a bully. Yeah, that's fair. So my dad, he works as a fisherman. He's got a bunch of workers with visas and stuff. So sometimes he he yells pretty much every time in the boat. And sometimes when something doesn't go their way, he yells ruthlessly. And it's gotten to the point where his workers just decide to quit. One of the workers, who thank goodness is still here, he was about to quit. And then my mother convinced him to stay. So, yeah, that's that. Alright, I'm just going to get my laptop and explore some stuff with y'all. Okay. Sorry. What do I have on net spend? What he was doing was creating a hostile work environment. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Do I have enough money on here? Let's see. Yep, I got it. $80. So, I've been getting lots of news. One of the things I've been getting on YouTube, on X, on pretty much every place you can imagine. Oh, uh, what's his name? The Donald Trump, and President Zelensky, they got into a shouting match. I'm not going to say that I know. I don't really know what happened. All I know is that they were in a heated discussion and they could not groove together. X is inundated with inappropriate bots. I have to keep blocking them. Yeah. They uh, they just ruthlessly follow me through every single comment, and it just doesn't stop. Oh well, that goes for everything, not just X, but Instagram. You get lots of inappropriate bots. Snapchat probably is there. Nah, I'm just joking. Well, actually, Snapchat is pretty good. Um, I don't know. Threads, which is from Instagram. But X, more importantly than anything, I've been getting some uh, news concerning Trump and Zelensky. That's all. I won't go into much detail out of respect, but something happened, and yeah. Anyways, let's see. Let's go to iCloud. iCloud is supposed to charge me tomorrow. So let's see how much fun I have with that. Mm-hmm. 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 Let's go. Uh-oh. 078-850. Skype is shutting down in May. I heard that they're migrating to Microsoft Teams. Right. So that's that. Skype. I used that once in 2012, and although I didn't know that Skype was Zoom before Zoom was even a thing. Yeah, I remember that sound, like zoom and boom. That sweet old sound effect that played when I turned on my PC. Windows 10 also being killed by Microsoft this year. When was Windows 10 released? 2015? I mean, Windows 2000, they were killed in 2010. So, I mean, I kind of get it, but still, it seems kind of too soon. What's up? What verse did you read? I read Deuteronomy 22. That was one of them. And one of the verses that I read was it was concerning divorcing. If something happened, then they must write a divorce bill or something like that. And then if a man lie with a woman that one of them are in a relationship already, then they will be stoned to death. So there's that. Okay, so my card has expired. All right, I'm just going to insert a new card. I'm gonna groove with this one. Sometimes it's hard to not be interested in someone who's taken. Crushes aren't a choice. I crushed crazily on Chrissy, but I didn't choose to like her. Yeah. Uh, how do I explain it? It's like if you see, it's like how I was back in the day. I used to see everything on TV, and yeah. By the way, cheers. I don't have. I only have this, so bang. It's like I used to see things on TV like Chef Dini, for example, or the Express Ready Set Go, something like that. And I was like, "Oh, mom, can I buy that? Can we please buy that?" And then after a while, I'll be like, "No, I don't. I don't need it anymore." I always felt the need to avoid her. Being around her felt like a huge bozo no, as Bozo the Clown would say. Yeah. For me, being near Madison was like, are you ready? Are you actually ready to meet her? Like, part of me would desire to be with her, not just, I'm not talking about, being a boyfriend to her. Just being around her would be enough. But am I ready for her? And then I would be, oh goodness, I'm a little nervous. So yeah, that's that. And let me see if I can remove this card. I'll remove it. There it is. I think we're good. It's normal to be nervous. Remember, I got so nervous. Everyone that I was gonna. I got so nervous, everyone, that I was gonna die that day. Yeah. Um. It happens. I thought I was gonna die that day. Yeah, well, for me, I wouldn't say necessarily die, but I would be like, oh goodness. So I would be like in shock, and I'd think, oh, something very life changing is about to happen. And that's me also requesting songs on Kite. I'm like, okay, I'm a little nervous. What if he says no? I'm like, I gotta call him. And then I'm like nervous. And then he's like, good morning, Kite. I'd like to make a song request. What do you got? And then I say the song, and I expect him to be like, all right, thanks for calling. And then they would get it all in the air. She told my friend that I looked like I was going to throw up, and everyone was asking if I needed a drink. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, I definitely get me a mineral water at least. What's your thoughts on the war in Ukraine? Funny you mentioned that. I've been getting a lot of notifications on X. Oh, that Zelensky and Trump they they talked at each other and stuff. Um, Obviously, it's got to end. Now, in terms of, I've heard both sides. Of course, we know that Russia did what they did. And then I hear people say, Zelensky, he's a dictator. He doesn't hold elections anymore. And I'm like, okay, well, the problem is that we're so divided against each other. I'm not talking about people specifically, but those other people. They're divided in that topic that it's kind of tearing a world apart. And to me, division is worse than being against something. Yeah, exactly. Um, I think that's something that Adam said in his stream on Team SOS. Politics was invented by the devil to divide us all up. That's my sentiments exactly. And if we can't get all these world leaders to please, for the sake of everything that is holy, um, do a deal, at least agree to something. Stop having us divided, because that's pushing us further from the truth. And that's pushing us further into oblivion or to Armageddon or whatever. Putin is a war criminal in a lot of people's eyes. Yeah, well, of course, we have Russia fighting Ukraine. And yeah, they did invade it, didn't they? Or I do believe we are entering the end times as we speak. Oh, I watched this channel named BBT Reaction Zone. And there's this guy who's reacting to all these videos. He's trying very hard to make them sexualize and stuff, but one thing he does say out of nowhere, end times are here, folks. End times are very here. But I agree. This whole war thing is dividing our people, not just dividing people who support Russia and Ukraine. It's also dividing other people in our country, other people in other countries, and in the world. Who knows? Maybe Mars or Venus is going to get involved in that. I'm just joking, but I don't know. It's sad that Satan has this strong hold over everything in this world. The Illuminati is real, whether anyone believes it or not. I never thought about it. I can't say that it's real or that it's fake because I haven't invested my time into the Illuminati. Oh, by the way, trending on X. This is what's trending on X. You see this here? Oh, which one is it? This one right here. F Ukraine. That's what's trending. Goes back to what I said about Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. They are controlled by it, and They, in turn, control the world's money. Right. Just like the cartels control Mexico, sadly. They are the largest shareholders of every public company in the world. Thank God. Yeah, basically those people have, or those companies have a monopoly. Coke, Pepsi, McDonald's, BK, Chevy, and Ford, Apple, Microsoft are just supposed to be competitors, but in reality, they're just cousins fighting each other. Isn't that sad? Fortnite God, welcome back. We're just discussing how people are fighting people and companies are fighting companies. Welcome back. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I'm not going to. What I'm going to tell y'all right now is uh, no matter who you support or who you condemn, I'm always going to be respectful to y'all. You can always count on that. You're going to have companies like, I don't know where Jason Aldean worked at, but he got dropped after his wife made a comment that another country singer found inappropriate. Like, me personally, I didn't find it inappropriate, but the company had to call that out. Yes, or I think it was Jason Aldean. Because I know Blake Shelton, that's Gwen Stefani. First, let's get into Willie Snyder's thing. I asked the philosophical question of who is right and who is evil between the two parties because they call this the great Satan. Yeah, in the end, there's going to be some evil on one side and evil also on the other side. Of course, unless God is involved, which there's no evil on his part. Let's see. Marin Morris. Oh, welcome in. Welcome in, Cameron. God bless you. Brittany Aldean. She made a comment that, thank goodness I wasn't a boy or a transgender or something like that. I can't remember exactly what they said, but they got in hot water and some stuff. And yeah. And then one of the other country singers left because they felt that their views were not represented. I don't know. It's pretty complicated. Did you see the Debo trade? Yeah, I saw that. Traded to the Washington Commanders. / the Reds. Well, I wish they were the Redskins. Just because they had an amazing logo. Like, don't get me wrong, a W is going to get the point across, but I felt that the Redskins provided so much creativity with their logo. Anyways, the trade, well, I don't know. Something about the 49ers seems a little fishy to me. You got people exiting out. Sooner or later, Brandon Ayuk is going to be traded as well. And then I think Nick Bosa is going to stay for at least a year. Maybe he'll leave. Nick Bosa. Christian McCaffrey, who knows what he's going to do. That logo was actually drawn by the Indian Elder. Oh, there we go. How about that? It had a lot of old class personality, to be honest. It's a shame that it's gone now. Right. Yep. Cowboys fans. The next team that will take their... I saw nothing offensive out their logo. Oh, part of me thinks that FedEx was pulling their partnership in order to screw Dan Snyder over. Because, Dan Snyder had all his time of... he did something with the cheerleaders that he got publicly called out for. And toxic work environments and stuff. And sooner or later, he is no longer the owner of the Commanders. I'm sorry. I expect it to come back at some point. Yeah, hopefully. What else? I don't know. The new owner of the Commanders, they said that they won't be bringing it back. But I don't know. It is what it is. A lot of people are trying to get them to bring back the Redskins, Aunt Jemima, Uncle Sam's, and to bring back the Native American on the Land O' Lakes butter. They should bring it back and stop hiding their heritage. I'd support it. I definitely would go for it. Aunt Jemima was iconic. I was against when they got rid of her. Yeah. George Floyd, I think that was going on when that happened. Yeah, that was the cause, isn't it? Sounds like an interesting episode. Oh, yeah. Check out the Willie Jackerson Experiment podcast on Spotify. Yeah, there it is. Cults, Chaos, and Crushing Metal. This week on the Willie Jackerson, we took on plenty of metal on that topic. Oh, really? ConAgra Foods, the owner of the brands, decided to start playing politics. Yeah, well, in those times, if you didn't listen to those calls to, hey, this is offensive, get rid of it, then they'd surely make sure that you don't get any money. It's owned by, you guessed it, owned by the same three. Oh, Vanguard, and those other two who I forgot. Oh no. Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. I don't know. Would they be considered a cartel? Or, I don't know. Actually, that sounded horrible. So, yeah, disregard that question. I'm sorry. Everything we eat, watch on TV, wear or shop at all, or shop at, is all controlled by those three cartels. Oh, so yes, they are cartels. Three cartels operating together. Yikes. State Street. The media, retail, food industry, medical, pharma, automotive. They control everything. Darn. State Street is from Boston, Massachusetts. Oh, in March 2017, State Street Global Advisors commissioned a statute called Fearless Girl by blah 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, link. While some seen it as an encouragement of women in business, some women criticized the statute as corporate feminism that violated their own feminist principles. Whatever. People will be upset at companies. Corporate feminism. I don't know. Wow, that's a lot. This graphic sums it all up. VTech. Intel. Verizon, T-Mobile, MasterCard, Visa, American Express, PayPal, Coinbase. Every large corporation in the world are cousins. Wow. Ah. I see in this graphic they have Twitter on it. Of course, the old Twitter logo before it switched to X. I don't know. Would Elon Musk do so much as invent one of those things and try to like bring some diversity into, and X of course would be one of their companies. I did an episode on Rhett Baron, and I now know who Rick Offen is. Twitter was public with Jack Dorsey as the largest individual shareholder. BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street were the largest institutional shareholders. Gotcha. Elon Musk took it private with Dorsey holding a minority stake. Ah, okay. So, if you had to choose between Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street, or you had either those or Rourke Capital or whatever those private companies are, which one would you say? Or are they both equally as faulty or whatever? But yeah, Elon Musk. They are larger, those companies are larger than Rourke. Right. They are more powerful than the smaller, privately held firms. Okay. BlackRock is pretty big. They are. BDT and MSD. Rourke is a small fry compared to those three. Yikes, a small fry. Well, yeah, that's fair. So I assume that with those three, you wouldn't have that much of an input. Rourke mainly just owns a bunch of franchise-based companies. Right. What else should I say? I can't think of the words. Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. Now I'm curious. From Arby's to Cinnabon to Mako in Buffalo Wild Wings to Fitness Connections. Rourke is diverse, right? I have a reckon. Cameron has a restaurant in Houston, Texas. Chukara. Chikara, Houston, Cuchara. Bistro serving Mexican food and cocktails in a setting brightened with whimsical paintings. All right, well, how? Oh, $20 to $30. Is this per person? Didn't Guy Fieri visit Bubba's Burgers in Houston once? Guy Fieri. He's been to Cuchara. He's been Bubba's Burgers. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, he did? Okay. Bubba's Buffalo Burger is fire. Yeah, I need to go to Houston again. Christian, I'm watching him right now on the Food Network. No way, you got the Food Network as well? Let's see if I can find the star remote. There it is. Okay. I'll put it on the Food Network in the background. When I was a student at the Art Institute, I would go there for lunch sometimes because it was just down the street. Yeah, well, in high school, we had McDonald's right down there. Right across the grassy field in between McDonald's and Calhoun High School, which actually also nearby was the Y. Let's channel 111. Oh, what? 110. Diners, drive-ins, and dives. Okay, I see a progressive commercial. Likewise, in Victoria College, we had a Subway, but they closed down because they decided to expand the student center. So yeah, sadly we have to either Starbucks or nothing. Diners, drive-ins, and dives. I haven't watched it all the time when I was in high school. Or I watched it all the time. Sorry. Yeah, I used to watch it every so often on the Food Network when I was in elementary. I'd rather have Subway over Starbucks. Yeah, I used to love Subway, but I felt like it's getting a bit boring. I was even at one point like, Subway disappointed me, as I was saying. Yeah. But, you know, I need to diversify my palate. I still watch it every day. You do? It's been a while since I watched the Food Network. Ah, there it is. Cuchara. There's the restaurant. And Man vs. Food on the Travel Channel. I didn't know he was still on. That's the restaurant right there.
All the little dishes that they brought over from Mexico City. Which is also where this recipe comes from. Tacos Chelo? Okay, what is Tacos Chelo?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you who Chelo is first. Chelo is a super mean lady that has been selling fried tacos on the streets in Mexico City for like 40 years. A lot of times you go there, they don't talk.
There's that restaurant y'all were talking about.
Because the tacos are the best. Is that the kind of place? That is the kind of place. So we have potato. It's already boiled. We're going to add a little bit of butter, some chopped epazote.
So how do you describe the flavor of epazote?
Like an intense perfume.
Got a tang, a little sour.
Guy Fieri is the OG.
And then we have
Raw onion?
onion, a little bit of salt.
Give it up for Guy Fieri.
With a little bit of a mix of
Woo!
potato.
Yeah, that was right there.
And that's it. We fry those up. Okay. Does the mean Chelo lady know that you have tacos named after her?
She actually smiled a little bit when I told her how popular they are.
No. Okay, next up.
We're gonna make the green salsa.
So tomatillos. These have just been cooked down.
These are boiled.
Boiled.
I remember watching Emeril Lagasse and Mario Batali on Food Network back in the day as well. My favorite show was Chopped. I used to play with my fork and my steak knife
Just because it's going to soak
and
up.
be like, Chopped. But in the Chopped intro, they have like a cleaver I used to do that.
So many great tacos, so many different ways, and what you've made flavor-wise.
And I'm like,
And
what the heck are they
tasting-wise
showing
stacks
in
up to
that
top 10 best
dish
tacos I've ever had.
with the cover on it?
Wow.
Oh, that
That's all
looks
I can
good.
say. Anybody that
But
doubts his
I didn't
credibility,
even realize that they got eliminated.
that takes some
Christian, back in the day, I watched Chopped and Beat Bobby Flay.
crunchiness of the tortilla with it.
One of my favorite episodes or shows on there right now is also Beat Bobby Flay. And I also love the heck out of Unwrapped, where they showed how foods like candy or chips were made. The only reason I know about Unwrapped is because of Hugbees, which is a pretty interesting channel. He used to do parodies of how it's made, and he called it how it's actually made. And he did some Unwrapped and named it Fully Unwrapped.
In a lot of restaurants. I don't get surprised very often. Today, I'm gonna surprise you. I think the beauty of what this restaurant does is it reminds me, as a chef and as a fan of ethnic food
I
culture,
think
that there's so much
I
more
can't remember if it was the Food Channel or the Cooking Channel, one of those. There was a show where they were making cakes. And then there was this person who was a vegan, and they decided to enter the show. Her name was Chloe Coscarelli. She won the competition making vegan cakes. Cameron, I remember those shows too. Bobby Flay is awesome. Yeah, Beat Bobby Flay is also available. In fact, let's see if there. Oh, there's an episode, 2 episodes tomorrow at 10 and 10:30 respectively, and then on Monday at 2 a.m. and 2:30 a.m. Yeah, it's still on. Guys, grocery games is also great. I remember the Unwrapped episode where they went to Taco Bell and Irvine, California, and they showed their test kitchen when people tested different menu items before they went to the menu. I consider it the modern version of supermarkets. Wait, there we have a new viewer. Florim Balabani. God bless you. God bless you for joining. Yeah. Right now we're just talking about food and things. Well, I'm Muslim. I gotta go. Okay. Go in peace and seek the love of the Lord. Hey, so this restaurant's in Houston. Wow, Houston. For Houston, that's gotta be a proud moment. Food Network and the Travel Channel were my favorites back in the day. I agree. What else? What else? Spike. There's another channel that was called Spike. One of my favorite shows on there was 100 Ways to Die or 1,000 Ways to Die. One of those. Apparently, somebody suffocated with stacks of money. Then another person died by by having a rock fall on their head after being dropped by an eagle. So that Spike became Paramount Network 10 years ago. Wow, I didn't know that. I think I will. Christian, you should still watch the Food Network still. I think I will. I haven't even watched the TV lately. Yeah. The only reason I have TV is because that's where I watch my NFL action. despite that, I don't really watch TV a lot either. Alright, I'm gonna plug in my phone because it's getting down to the 5% mark. But we should be ready to go again right now. Alright, we're back. So, brisket. Now, Guy Fieri is at the Pastrami Project Delicatessen. I think that's what I read. Yep, so that's the Food Network. Houston. What's been going on in Houston for you, Christian? Or, sorry, I know you bet. I know you mentioned you live in Mission Bend, so how's life there? Had a busy day. Both of us had busy days. Or weeks. It's been quite busy here. Weather has gotten nicer, and I'm in a process of moving my business office in town. Oh, that's nice. Would you say it's a lot cheaper in town or out of town? Or sorry, sorry. I think I may have read that wrong, but you know. I am thankful to God. He is growing my small company every day. Yeah. The Lord will praise those who do his work, and he will bless them. It's probably expensive either way. There's a lot of driving involved around here. Right now, guys in a guy's tow truck. Yep, I think that's the Pastrami Project Delicatessen. That's what I read. They're slicing up some pastrami for the looks of it. Yeah, it's probably expensive either way. That's it. They got a pastranomer. Yeah, pastrami project. Yeah. Well, I hope that you're going to do well with your small company going forward. And yeah, just, if you want to grow, sacrifices will be made regardless. Christian has another link. Let's see what this is. There it is. All the Houston area restaurants Guy Fieri has visited on diners, drive-ins, and dives. Hiccups. That is an article from Cron describing Guy Fieri stops in Houston. All right. Fury checked out plenty of classics like Irma's Original, where he ate tamales, and Langford Grocery, where he had a super spicy burger. He visited Cafe Pita, which Fury praised, but I get an ad, which I have to close. But it unfortunately shuttered in 2017, 8 years after it was featured in the Family Style episode. Along the way, Fury also made his way to Springs Barbecue Sushi Shop, Kyushi, and Kima Steakhouse, T-Bone Tom's. Oh, darn it. What else is there? Oh, I wish Port Lavaca that the I wish Indianola's hurricane never happened. That way we could have the same anemones that Houston has. But then again, Houston would probably not be as big as Indianola had the hurricane not hit. Well, it is what it is. We're a small town. Is Texas Traditions a good restaurant? It's good. Like, it's decent. It's nothing spectacular. It's just, you know, comfort food. That's how I like to describe it. There are better places to go, but for it being in Port Lavaca, it's probably your best bet. One of your best bets. It is popular. People where I live, they go there. Um, there's also Wagon Train Restaurant, which closed down at one point. I'm not too sure if they're back. I don't know. I don't know. I'm asking because one day I want to head down to Port Lavaca. Oh, oh, you're gonna head down to Port Lavaca, aren't you? Oh, what? Did that restaurant just become a Asian Wok restaurant? Oh, Wagon Train is now an Asian restaurant. It's called Asian Wok. Wow. Wagon Train is like a uh, they serve chicken fried steak and mashed potatoes and green beans and probably mac and cheese. I don't plan on heading down there anytime soon, but one day I want to go. Yeah, I need to go more into the culinary part of Port Lavaca. I will say though that we have a couple of buildings on Main Street that are crumbling. And that's one thing, if I could become a millionaire, I want to consider renovating that Main Street. Like, not just repaints like we did in 2020. I actually want to tear down some buildings and restore them, or at least tear down the abandoned buildings, that those buildings that are out of code, and then replace them with good buildings so that they can prosper. Wagon Train is unfortunately no longer in existence. Very, you know, they closed down because of rising costs. I think that's what I heard. It's nothing out of the ordinary for a local Texan. It's chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, green beans, and some bread, I think, some rolls. It's just comfort food at its best. That's what I would do for the abandoned mall near here. Yeah. The thing is that unless it gets to a point where the property they own, that place that is abandoned, rises in cost, then they're probably just going to keep it there. They're not going to do anything to it unless the cost of keeping it is unbearable. I don't know how much it costs to remove a building, but I do know that it does cost quite a bit. The abandoned mall near me is full of homeless people, and they are often on drugs. Yikes. Well, no wonder. You see, in Victoria, I see every once in a while a man holding a poster and saying, any amount can help. God loves you. Amen. And plus, its interior is horrible. How old is it? You can type it in. I'm just going to bring in my toothbrush. Yeah, so how old is it? Oh, you got a link? Maybe we'll find out how old is it here. How old it is. Opened in 1984. Ah, God bless Aiden, by the way. West Oaks Mall, Houston. Outside is Fortis College. The property's in shambles, and the CVS outside the mall has been robbed at gunpoint. Wow. Hey, that's what happens when people are on drugs. Stuff like that happens, and it's horrible. Yikes. That's terrible. I wouldn't want to get near that. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. It's 12 o'clock, folks. One time I was at CVS buying something, and one of the crazies started threatening to stab the cashier. They got into a shouting match, kind of like Trump and Zelensky. That area is horrid. The other cashier who was ringing my items said she didn't want to call the cops because she felt the cashier guy could handle them. Is it all an all night or no? Well, I'll probably get off no later than one-ish. So yeah. Oh, if you're talking about Guy Fieri, he's going to be on until, let me see. It's going to be on until uh, uh, 3:30 or 4:30 your time. So Houston has 4 trashed malls: West Oak, North abandoned, Northwest abandoned, Sharpstown open but ghetto slash dead, and Greenspoint abandoned. Another time at that CVS, I saw 2 homeless guys throwing stuff at each other in the doorway. Yikes. Throwing stuff at each other. Standing in the doorway. Oh no, man. I don't know if Adam's here. He lives in Winnipeg, and there's plenty of wacky stuff going on in Winnipeg, at least from what he and his friend Metro would say. What are you doing? Please tell. Good girl. God bless you. We're just talking about uh, what's going on in Houston. We just finished reading Deuteronomy chapter 22 and some other chapters I can't remember. But yeah, right now we're just having a talking session. The folks from West Oaks Mall also claimed an abandoned Golden Corral where they broke in the windows twice. They put up a fence around it, but they cut a hole in it. This abandoned Golden Corral is just south of the mall, a few blocks down Highway 6. Oh, so basically these abandoned malls or restaurants or gas stations, whatever you name it, very short-lived, opened in 2013 but shut down due to COVID. That's awful. Youth cut down in its prime. Uh, uh, so basically, these abandoned buildings are being used for like their criminal rings or something. Good girl watching dinners, or diners and dinners, that diners, drive-ins and dives.
¿Ya no vas a andar ahí para afuera?
No.
¿Ya no vas a salir?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Oh, sorry. Hope you become famous one day. Good luck, and I'll sub to you. Thank you, good girl. American Shooting Centers. Oh, that's a shooting range. A dead body was found in a dumpster area at the mall. The homeless have broken into it at numerous times as well. Yikes. And it gets worse. In Mexico, there's going to be a bunch of dead bodies found lying just about anywhere. So yeah. Good girl says just never give up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Even though it's just abandoned, they still have active security, janitors, and maintenance team in there. Yeah. And they still break in. They still manage to sabotage him. But at least they do have security.
Te hablo en la mañana.
See? Right. That property needs to be sold, demolished, and something new built that will help, that will revitalize that area. If that happens, the druggies are going to, if that never happens, the druggies are going to take over. Well, let me tell you something. There used to be an old store built in 1954 or 53, one of those years. An old grocery store from there. It was named Live Oak Grocery Store. And they closed down sometime when I was little, and they never reopened. And eventually the owner decided it's too much, we have to tear it down. It's too much to maintain the place without stuff getting expensive, so we had to tear it down. So they tore it down, and finally, after so many years, got torn down. But it was not immediate. There was still some years in between that. So yeah, I do agree. There must have been some serious decay on that grocery building after all that time. Yeah, there is. I could only imagine what's been going on inside. Oh, there we go. Good girl, subscribe. Thank you. Likewise, right across from that grocery store, we have another abandoned store named Marshall's Marine. I have to look it up to make sure. Marshall Marine. Or Marshall's Marine. Okay, Marshall Marine. They sold marine products. Now they're closed. They've been closed for some time, and now inside it's starting to decay and crumble, and its foundations are not going to be able to hold on to that. Tell your mom I said hi. Alright, I'll tell her. I'll tell her right after the stream. What else is here? There's a J. Scott and Company store, which is an absolute wreck inside. They sell antiques. They used to sell antiques, but it's closed, and it's been closed for some time. What's always interesting is to see how places get repurposed. For example, when Taco Cabana across from West Oaks closed, it became a dentist office. Wow. Dentist office? Well, Pizza Hut, you have places that are old Pizza Hut places, and they're Chinese, Mexican restaurants. What else? Buffets. Insurance offices. Heck, there's even there's even a church that looks like it. Can you go live for the Oscars tomorrow night, please? I don't think I will go live then. There is a former Pizza Hut around the corner from me that is home to a taqueria. Oh, real? Oh, really? In my old neighborhood, a former KFC became a dentist too. Wow. Lots of dentists. Liv, welcome back. Welcome back, my precious viewer. Okay, I'm just gonna stop playing with that fidget spinner because it's I don't know, it just seems like too much to bear. They gave me a constitution at a fair. It's like a business fair inside of Victoria College. So, yeah. They had a constitution for, what was it? Victoria Community Center or something like that. There's a mouse pad by Innovative Network of Knowledge, Inc. And then with abandoned big box stores, those repurposes are always crazy. Yeah. Do y'all like Donald Trump? I can't answer that. Just out of respect, I can't answer that. But I respect both Donald Trump and the other candidates as well. I know a lot of people like him, a lot of people don't like him, so yeah, that's that. Me personally, I don't mind him. He can be president all he wants. Me too, as long as they're good people. Yeah. As long as they're good presidents, then he's okay in my book. I have nothing against Trump. Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I do know that a lot of celebrities endorse Kamala Harris. Save country country musicians voted predominantly for Trump, so there's that. But the rest of the mainstream artists or actors, they voted for Harris or endorsed Harris. So there's that. Out of respect, I don't like Kamala. I'm sorry, but... Oh, you don't like her? That's fine. That is fine. Don't worry. Alright. Right now I've got a commercial. I'm just not a big fan of her. I wasn't a big fan of her either. But I have nothing against my friends who supported her. Yeah, it's fair. She has an attitude. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've heard a ton of people who hated her. Most of my friends consist of people who liked Donald Trump. So yeah, there's that. The only people that I know that liked Kamala Harris are my parents, and yeah, I mean, I didn't vote for her, but my parents supported her. So, and they were disappointed whenever Trump became president. So, that's that. And I tried to rationalize with them and be like, hey, at least Trump is trying to do this to get X result, to help them kind of, you know, when Donald Trump was speaking, she would stop him and roll her eyes and say, now, people, that's not true. Right. I think I think Trump called her out and she was like, um, can I talk, please? Can you let me finish? Does that sound familiar to you? That's what he said. Right, Christian. Oh, what I can't stand is when people act hateful to others who are of different political views. Yeah, that's what aggravates me. It's not just a woke culture where, oh, if you support Trump, you deserve this. Oh, if Trump is president and this X thing, I'm leaving. Like, yeah, he's president, even if you don't like him. But even if you don't like him, uh, what do you got against him? And for those who do like him, well, that's great for them as well. It gives them more incentive. Right, Christian, I agree. I'm talking about the folks who said, if you voted for so and so, you aren't invited to Thanksgiving. God strongly disapproves of any hate towards anyone. Agreed. And again, I'll say it one last time. This world is divided. You have people who are siding with Kamala Harris and then Donald Trump, and then others with President Zelensky, and others with Vladimir Putin. And this whole world is dividing, and that's not very good if we want to continue. God, yeah, he strongly disapproves of hate. Have y'all ever ate at Chick-fil-A? I tried Chick-fil-A once, not at a local location, but rather at school. At UHV has a Chick-fil-A that my friend Tino drove to, so I tried it, and I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it one bit. I have to go there again though, because I heard a lot of people say it's one of the best restaurants there. Yeah, Satan invented wokeism to divide everyone up. Agreed. Ever ate. I love their spicy chicken sandwich. I'm gonna have to try that one. Me too, and their chicken nuggets and their fries. I've had a lot of times. Me too. I would get their spicy sandwich and cover it with buffalo sauce and ranch, and then use the Chick-fil-A sauce for fries. I love their honey mustard. Okay, so right now we've got spicy chicken sandwich as one of the recommendations, then chicken nuggets and their fries, which by the way are waffle fries. My favorite fries are from Jack in the Box / Arby's. They have those curly fries that are seasoned, and I love those design. It feels more like pliable. I always thought that the Chick-fil-A sauce was honey mustard. No, it's not, lol. Oh, it isn't. Long John Silver switched to waffle fries. Arby's and Jack in the Box both use the same curly fries. They come from Weston Lamb. Oh, no wonder. Because Weston Lamb has curly fries. Weston Lamb. or Lamb Weston from Eagle, Idaho. They're an American food processing company in Eagle, Idaho. All right. I have to go, so I'm sorry. God bless you guys. See you next time. Feel free to stick around any time of day. Sleep deep, rise and shine bright, and go in peace. Raising Cane's is the best. I've heard a lot of people rave about Raising Cane's, and I've tried them once, and it's like, I enjoyed it. I have to be honest, I did enjoy it. Lamb Weston was spun off of Conagra Foods. We mentioned Conagra a few minutes ago, didn't we? That was... I forgot which restaurant, but, you know. Raising Cane's rocks. So, Raising Cane's and Chick-fil-A, among the best of the best in chicken. Wait, speaking of chicken, there used to be a restaurant that was relatively young named M&J's. However, that restaurant went out of business, and then it got replaced at one point very recently, only like 1 week or so. But it's now a Victoria restaurant called Moo Moo Hamburgers, Fried Chicken. I really want to try that. It sounds like a very scrumptious deal for me. Oops, I was wrong. Jack actually doesn't use Lamb Weston. I looked it up. McDonald's uses Lamb Weston though. No way. Do they? Hey Christian, are you on the server? Yes, he is. Arby's and McDonald's. So would that apply for just because McDonald's only serves one kind of fry, so I would assume that maybe Arby's would use Lamb Weston for their straight fries. Okay, that sounds bad, but they're normal fries. Lamb Weston is a bender for many chains, actually. It is? Okay. Just like Tyson is a vendor for chicken. Tyson Chicken. Alright. Just gonna close these and hop on to iCloud. iCloud photos. Yep, exactly. Wendy's nuggets are just Tyson nuggets. Go figure. Who would have thought? Just like Tyson is a vendor for Taco Bell and Wendy's as well for meats. I'm gonna go get a water because I'm hiccups. Oh my goodness. No. Oh no. Okay, I drank some water. Alright, let's see what's playing right now. So in the future, we're going to hear Michael Jackson Bad. And what else? Nothing much of value right there. Sorry, folks. I'm just trying to resist. Hold strong. Did Plush play on Jack recently? I can check the last time it played. It plays pretty often here, actually. It's one of the most common songs that you'll hear on Jack FM. Unfortunately, it's the edited version, so yeah. Oh, never mind. I thought it was there. They used to have the unedited version, the normal version, on 98.7 Jack FM. But then they did something on 98.7 Jack FM, and stuff got corrupted, and now they're not doing the same thing they used to, which we'll finish it up. What's the deal with that? The spot played the unedited version too, according to the RDS. I think timing is an issue. I think, for example, Kite, they don't play Hotel California just because it's over 6 minutes long. Now, although I will say that this song isn't too long to the point that it requires an edit, it could be that, or it may come down to some swearing. I don't think there's any swear words, though. Plush lyrics. No, there's no swear words in here. I think it just comes down to they thought it was too long. Oh, 5:13. And the radio edit, it's 4:19. Okay. So maybe 5 minutes and this many seconds is too long for them. Let's see. Plush. I swear that it was playing here. Oh, there it is. Plush. It played on 94.3 Jack FM in Washington at 3:34. Of course, that's their time. So it would play in our time at 3:30-ish as well. They have to placate to advertisers because they keep the radio free. Yeah, that's right. I can tell you right now, many of these songs, Foo Fighters, My Hero album version, it specifically says album version and not just Foo Fighters My Hero. Even though there's only one version of it, which is 420 or 421, depending on how you look at it. I don't necessarily see why they had to throw in the Alvin version disclaimer onto it. Ragdoll, which may or may not play at a higher pitch than the regular ragdoll. And Love in an Elevator, both of those are edited for time constraints. Did they play any songs from Creed? Yes, they play Higher, and they play With Arms Wide Open. They used to do My Sacrifice in 2021 and other years occasionally, but they don't do it anymore for whatever reason. He's in Barcelona right now. Barcelona. I've heard Higher the other day on the spot. You did. Let's see what the spot's playing. Ah, so that's the name of the song. The name of that station on 95.7. I was wondering what that was. So right now we got Shine Down, Second Chance, TLC, Waterfalls, Single Edit, Belinda Carlisle, Heaven's a Place on Earth, Tupac with Dr. Dre, Dr. Love, Third Eye Blind, Charmed Life, UB40, Red Wine, Boys to Men, Motown Philly, Nickelback, How You Remind Me, Stone Temple Pilots, Plush, acoustic version. Oh, now we have an acoustic version. Okay. Never heard of acoustic, I know what acoustic means, but I never had an acoustic version of Plush. For his episode right now, he is in Barcelona. Oh, Guy Fieri. Yeah. Fun fact about Semi-Charmed Life. Disney used it for the Tigger movie in 1999, but quickly yanked it because the song is about crystal meth addiction. Wow. I want something else to get me through this life. One song that played on the spot that I'm singing right now, I Just Called to Say I Love You. That song never plays on Jack FM. Never. I wish they did. It does play, however, on Kite. And it probably plays on Big 93.9. You never heard Stevie Wonder's Sir Duke on the Spot? Well, it doesn't play very often on Jack FM either. It only plays occasionally for a Labor Day weekend or 4th of July weekend. But despite that, it doesn't appear on Jack FM very much. I heard it one's at Walmart as well as a Mexican restaurant, yeah. Speaking of that, we're going to travel all the way back to March 2022. No, May 2022, and finish off those songs from that list that was going on. Part-Time Lover plays on the spot a lot. Innocent She Lovely plays on Sunny. Both of those songs appeared on Kite. The latter one being the most common of it. Part-time lover being the most recent to play on kite. So yeah, there's that. So I think I'm gonna go to the Christmas songs. Oh. Cameron just sent me some stuff. Some recipes. Yeah, I could make them. Funny you mentioned that. I actually have a chef's hat coming in from China. I also have a chef's shirt as well. Yeah, I saw you sent some recipes, it looks like, or some Food Network link. Yeah, I'll make those. Part-time lover. Stevie Wonder is one of the world's most talented people. God did not allow blindness to hinder him from being great. Yeah, just like Beethoven was uh, deaf, I think. Was he deaf? I think he was, but yeah, crazy times. When a person loses one sense, the others get stronger. That's right. Simply resist. All right, well, we're going to continue with some of these songs that appeared on from May 20th to May 22nd on 98.7 Jack FM. Um, Here's the thing with 98.7 Jack FM. If it collects these songs that haven't played in a while on its own queue, and it replays them if one condition is met. Either it reaches 58 minutes of the hour, and instead of playing what's on the already scheduled list on Jack FM's main list or whatever, they'll play one of those. And either that or Jack FM has exhausted all 16 of the songs of that hour, and then they decide to play one of their own. Either that or it'll be all day if it doesn't get any songs. If those songs listed, they shut down for some kind of maintenance, they'll play those songs instead. So here are the songs: Fun, Sleigh Ride, Johnny Mathis, Winter Wonderland, Andy Williams, Let It Snow, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Little Drummer Boy, Willie Nelson, Frosty the Snowman, the Jackson 5, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, CeeLo Green, What Christmas Means to Me, Lady A Holly Jolly Christmas, TLC Sleigh Ride, The Pretenders, 2,000 Miles, Michael Bublé, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, Bob Rivers, The 12 Pains of Christmas, Stevie Wonder, Someday at Christmas, NSYNC, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, U2, Christmas, Baby Please, Carpenters, Merry Christmas, Darling. That's interesting how they mix in Christmas songs with their regular playlist. Well, it's actually peculiar. It just collects every song that hasn't played within a certain frame of time. And that's how it registers that. And of course, Christmas songs appear on them, but only occasionally, so that's why it appears here. Carpenters, Merry Christmas, Darling. Andy Williams, Silver Bells. Darlene Love, Winter Wonderland. Pearl Jam, Let Me Sleep. Harry Connick Jr., Let It Snow. George Thorogood, Rock and Roll Christmas. This is a guy who plays Bad to the Bone. He doesn't have any of the songs anymore on Jack FM. Uh, Dean Martin, Baby It's Cold Outside. Jonas Brothers, Like It's Christmas. The Killers, Don't Shoot Me, Santa album version. Bing Crosby, It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. Brian Setzer Orchestra, Jingle Bells. Coldplay, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. The Jackson 5, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa. Smashing Pumpkins, Christmas Time. Chicago, Saturday in the Park. Okay, and Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. You know what's funny? Saturday in the Park played for Labor Day, so they actually decided to sneak it up just to kind of tease us about some songs appearing. But yeah, that's interesting. And then Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. Usually, the version that they play is a version titled Part 2. This is Part 1. So, yeah. The Ramones, Merry Christmas. Bryan Adams, Run, Rudolph, Run. Kelly Clarkson, Underneath the Tree. Eartha Kitt, Santa Baby. Weezer, We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Bruce Springsteen, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Johnny Mathis, Sleigh Ride. John Bon Jovi, Please Come Home for Christmas. Paul McCartney and Wings, Jet, another non-Christmas song. Saga, On the Loose, another non-Christmas song. Donny Hathaway, This Christmas. Carpenters, Home for the Holidays. Bare Naked Ladies with Sarah McLachlan. God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, album version. Nat King Cole, Deck the Halls. Another one of these code errors. I'm sorry. Alright, we're going to start from the beginning. Fun Sleigh Ride. Johnny Mathis, Winter Wonderland. Oh, thank you. Thank you for reminding me, though. Andy Williams, Let It Snow. Joan Jett and the Black Hearts, Little Drummer Boy. Willie Nelson, Frosty the Snowman. The Jackson 5, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. CeeLo Green, What Christmas Means to Me. Lady A Holly Jolly Christmas. TLC, Sleigh Ride. The Pretenders, 2,000 Miles. Michael Bublé, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Bob Rivers, 12 Pains of Christmas. Stevie Wonder, Sunday at Christmas. NSYNC, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. U2, Christmas, Baby Please. Carpenter's Merry Christmas, Darling. Andy Williams, Silver Bells. Darling Love, Winter Wonderland. Pearl Jam, Let Me Sleep. And Harry Connick Jr., Let It Snow. And George Thorogood, who sung Bad to the Bone, he sings Rock and Roll Christmas. None of his songs appear on Jack FM anymore. Dean Martin, Baby It's Cold Outside. The Jonas Brothers, Like It's Christmas. The Killers, Don't Shoot Me Santa album version. Bing Crosby, It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. Brian Setzer Orchestra, Jingle Bells. Coldplay, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. The Jackson 5, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa. Smashing Pumpkins, Christmas Time. Chicago, Saturday in the Park. And Pink Floyd, Another Brick in the Wall. Chicago, Saturday in the Park was actually played during the Labor Day blocks, or the Labor Day playlists on Jack FM. So they kind of teased us there and beforehand. Almost all of these play on Sunny, minus the few exceptions. Adam got copyrighted from WWE, so how long can he not stream for? What? He got copyrighted? I don't know. As long as it's not a strike, he's good to go. I don't know. Let me check. Where is it? Sorry. Just have to check in on something. Oh, it is copyrighted. What the heck? Must be the audio. I wish YouTube would chill on that. Not everyone who uses copyrighted material is for profit. Yeah, I agree. I got this very channel taken down by Georgia Public Television, or Public Broadcasting as they're called, and I had to let them know, hey, I got copyrighted and I got taken down for this. And they took 2 of my 3 copyright strikes away. And they reinstated my channel. And I'm back online. If it's his second one, so I think 30 days. It's not a strike. It's just a block. If it's a strike, it would say this content is no longer available due to a copyright claim by WWE. That's what it would say. All right, Pink Floyd, Another Break in the Wall, Part 1 only, even though it doesn't explicitly say it. The Ramones, Merry Christmas. Bryan Adams, Run, Rudolph, Run. Kelly Clarkson, Underneath the Tree. Eartha Kitt, Santa Baby. These copyright police are just something else. Yeah. Copyright police and accidental nudity. Like, I could understand nudity, but heck, Kevin Leonardo, you do not want to look him up. Let's just say that his content is just something else. And yet he only got a content warning. Like, you must sign in to prove your age. But copyright, yes. Copyrights, you can thank Viacom for that. I know a streamer who got a copyright warning because of wind blowing in the background. What? Wind blowing? Okay, that's just ridiculous. That's truly... YouTube is broken. There's no way to put it. Anyways, Weezer, we wish you a Merry Christmas. Bruce Springsteen, Santa Claus is coming to town. Johnny Mathis, Sleigh Ride. John Bon Jovi, Please Come Home for Christmas. Paul McCartney and Wings, Jet. Saga, On the Loose. Donny Hathaway, This Christmas. Carpenters, Home for the Christmas. Bare Naked Ladies with Sarah McLachlan. God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, album version. Nat King Cole. Okay, so this is where I got muted for whatever reason. Yeah, see that quotation mark? It's supposed to be on the other side as well. Another glitched. Every version of This Christmas got ridiculous, so we're playing on Sunny back in December. Yeah, it is very much a popular song. Nat King Cole, Deck the Halls. Yeah. Bob Seger in the Silver Bullet Band, The Little Drummer Boy. Bob and Doug McKenzie, The 12 Days of Christmas. Taylor Swift, Last Christmas, one of the only two songs to play on Jack FM 98.7 at least. Burl Ives and Burl Ives, A Holly Jolly Christmas, short version. Michael Bublé, It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. Gene Autry, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Britney Spears, My Only Wish. Ray Conniff Singers, Frosty the Snowman. Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande outright destroyed Last Christmas, which is a classic. Yeah, they destroyed it all right. They destroyed it real good. The Beach Boys, Little Saint Nick. Pose, featuring Miss Kirsty McCall. Fairy Tale of New York. Percy Faith Orchestra, Joy to the World. John Cougar Mellencamp. It says John C. Mellencamp. I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Bing Crosby, White Christmas. The Wham version is the only real one. The Jimmy Eat World version isn't bad, I will admit. Yes. It's also made on the Wham version. They made it on the same synthesizers as the song Everything She Wants. Bing Crosby, White Christmas. Blink 182, I Won't Be Home for Christmas. Andy Williams, Happy Holidays, the holiday season. Greg Lake, I Believe in Father Christmas. Whirling Dervishes, You're a Mean One. Mr. Grinch. Louis Armstrong, Cool Yule. I never knew that about the synthesizers. Now that you mentioned it, they do sound similar. Yeah, I found out on Wikipedia. They recorded it in France, I think. Everything She Wants was recorded in France and finished in the UK. And then they also had Last Christmas recorded on synthesizers. Not just the synthesized sounds. The entire song, apart from George Michael's vocals. Yeah. Collective Soul, Blue Christmas. Jose Feliciano, Feliz Navidad. Very popular song in my family. Queen, Thank God It's Christmas. Creedence Clearwater Revival, also known as CCR, Proud Mary. I never knew that. Sorry. Daryl Hall and John Oates, also known as Hall and Oates, Jingle Bell Rock. Leroy Anderson, Sleigh Ride. Michael Bublé, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. Ray Conniff, Ring Christmas Bells. Billy Squire, Christmas is the time to say I love you. My favorite Christmas song is Paul McCartney's wonderful Christmas song. Everybody hates that song, but I love it. I've heard that on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, a film from 1998, released by Good Times Entertainment. For some reason, I always thought of hot dog like, the franks that go inside a hot dog bun. I always thought of those. Eating them, texture feels kind of granularly. I don't know. I don't know why I thought of that, but that's what I think when I hear that song. It's a pleasant song, I will say. Simply having wonderful Christmas time. Joe Diffie, Leroy the Redneck Reindeer, Gene Autry, Here Comes Santa Claus, Pentatonics, That's Christmas to Me, AC/DC, Mistress for Christmas, Train This Christmas, Jeff Foxworthy, Redneck 12 Days of Christmas, David Bowie and Bing Crosby, Peace on Earth, The Little Drummer Boy, Justin Bieber, Mistletoe, Jimmy Buffett, Mele Kalikimaka. There's another version of it by Straight No Chaser from 2013, which is great because Paul himself is in it. Oh, there you go. Paul makes the cameo on that one. Perry Como, Home for the Holidays, Eurythmics, Winter Wonderland, Singing Dogs, Jingle Bells, Ronettes, Frosty the Snowman, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Christmas all over again. Mele Kalikimaka which is Hawaiian for Merry Christmas. The original was made by Bing Crosby. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, thank you for letting me know. Vince Guaraldi Trio. Christmas time is here. Johnny Mathis. It's beginning to look like Christmas. Gayla Peavy. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Dean Martin. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Band-Aid. Do they know it's Christmas? And this is the original Band-Aid song from 1984. They made a Band-Aid 30 of that later on. Vince Guaraldi is the composer for almost every Charlie Brown cartoon, including Snoopy. Anyways, Brenda Lee, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. The Kinks, Father Christmas. Vince Vance and the Valiants, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Michael Bublé, the Holly Jolly Christmas. Adam Sandler, the Hanukkah song. Gene Autry, Up on the Housetop. And Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Thurl Ravenscroft, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. Bing Crosby, I'll Be Home for Christmas. And Wham! Last Christmas, the original one. And then Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Christmas Eve / Sarajevo. 12:24. Andy Williams, Sleigh Ride. Elton John, Step Into Christmas. Vince Guaraldi Trio, Oh Christmas Tree. The Mariah Carey song is also overplayed every year. Yep. It feels like every time it reaches number one, just for it being Christmas, right? At least that's how it feels. Elton John, Step Into Christmas, the Trio, Oh Christmas Tree. Frank Sinatra, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. And Paul McCartney, Wonderful Christmas Time, the original one. Ignore that. Where's Paul McCartney at? Stevie Wonder, What Christmas Means to Me. Elmo and Patsy, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Johnny Mathis, We Need a Little Christmas. Bryan Adams, Christmas Time. Barry Gordon, Nuttin' for Christmas. Nat King Cole, Joy to the World. Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton, You Make It Feel Like Christmas. Darlene Love, Christmas. David Foster, Carol of the Bells. The Waitresses, Christmas Wrapping. Elvis Presley, Blue Christmas. Destiny's Child, 8 Days of Christmas. Cheech and Chong, Santa Claus and His Old Lady. Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer hasn't been on Sunny since 2008. Wow! That was when Jack FM was launched in Victoria. That long ago. Wow, that's a long time ago. Almost 20 years. Jimmy Durant, or Frosty the Snowman. Bruce Springsteen, The Boss. Merry Christmas Baby. Spike Jonze and his City Slickers. All I Want for Christmas is My Two Front Teeth. Perry Como, It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. Whitney Houston, Do You Hear What I Hear? Cheap Trick, I Want You for Christmas, which I think is an adaptation of I Want You to Want Me. Ariana Grande, Santa Tell Me. Lou Monte, or Lou Mont, I'm not sure. Dominic the Donkey. Oh, Leonard Skinner, Freebird. Lord, I can't change. Won't you fly, free bird, yeah. I love that song. Burl Ives, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, The Pretenders, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, Vince Guaraldi, Linus and Lucy, Johnny Mathis, Holly Jolly Christmas, Frank Sinatra, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Bob Rivers, Because I Got High, album version, Nat King Cole, The Christmas Song, Madonna, Santa Baby, The Chipmunks Song, Bobby Helms, Jingle Bell Rock. That's the original one, I assume. Freebird is a long song. Probably the only song I can think of where instrumentals dominate the majority of the song over the lyrics. Oh, yeah. But for me, one thing's for sure. That instrumental has to be the reason this song has its feel. It was originally supposed to be a ballad. Then it got turned into I don't know, maybe it was meant to be a progressive rock type of deal. And then the radio stations complained, or maybe not the radio stations, someone complained that, why did you ruin such a beautiful ballad? And then Leonard Skinner still went on with that intro. or outro, whatever, the guitar solo. Somebody said it sounded like LSD rock or something like that. And considered one of the best guitar solo songs. Oh, for sure. It's part of my personal ritual whenever I complete songs in a year. Anyways, that last Christmas song, Bobby Helms' Jingle Bell Rock at 5:57 p.m. And then we jump back to normal songs. Pet Shop Boys, Always on My Mind at 6. Michael Jackson, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Elton John, Someone Saved My Life Tonight. Howard Jones, No One Is to Blame. UB40, Red Red Wine, which is just a filler song placed there for no reason. Elton John, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. They actually took some songs that played on May 20th that day and placed them there. So, yeah. They're just tossing around and looking at whatever songs have already played if they run out of songs. Or if, you know, the other songs that haven't played too soon for the computer to consider it playable. Anyways, Elton John, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Billy Joel, You May Be Right. Many of these songs are just normal versions, but they're put there for no reason. Steely Dan FM. Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love. Rat, Round and Round. Snap the Power. Genesis Invisible Touch. Poison, Unskinny Bop. Aretha Franklin, Respect. I'm going to have to skip here. And then we have just double checking. Apparently, Self-Esteem played. And then The Offspring. The Human League, Human. John Lennon, Happy Christmas, War is Over. Run DMC, Christmas and Hollies. The Ronettes, Sleigh Ride, Jimmy Eat World, Last Christmas. Dean Martin, Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. Coldplay, Christmas Lights. Twisted Sister, Heavy Metal Christmas. Andy Williams, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. Mariah Carey, Christmas. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Christmas Canon. Chuck Berry, Run, Rudolph, Run. Amy Grant, Winter Wonderland. Curtis Blow, Christmas Wrapping. Frank Sinatra, Jingle Bells. Eagles, Please Come Home for Christmas. These are all coming sunny and spot songs. Oh, I bet they are. They're common as they come. Eagles, Please Come Home for Christmas. No Doubt, Ode to the World. Gene Autry, Frosty the Snowman. Otis Redding. Merry Christmas, Baby. Royal Guardsman. Snoopy's Christmas. Darling Love. Marshmallow World. Bon Jovi, I Wish Every Day Could Be Like Christmas. The Beatles with Billy Preston, Get Back. That actually plays on Kite. Aerosmith, Back in the Saddle. Alphaville, Forever Young. That's a viral song that's been on TikTok. Anyways, Fastball the Way, Radio Edit. Duran Duran, Girls on Film. America, Sister Golden Hair. Weezer, Undone, the Sweater Song, which plays now. Sixpence, None the Richer, Kiss Me. Average White Band, Pick Up the Pieces. Thomas Dolby, She Blinded Me with Science. Phil Collins, You Can't Hurry Love. Bee Gees, Jive Talking, that plays on Kite. Fallout Boy, Thanks for the Memories. I miss hearing the Beatles songs on the radio. None of the stations here since the Arrow have carried any Beatles songs. If I still am a millionaire after, you know, restoring Point Lavaca downtown, then I will make an effort to give Kite a much better signal. Of course, it has to be sustainable as well. But I want to make a bigger reception tower for Kite because you will hear nowadays some Beatles songs. Kite really needs a city grade signal. Yeah, well, even in Victoria, you'll hear some patches where the signal reception is not the best. Again, they're a locally owned station. They're owned by Victoria Radio Works along with 93.3 The Wolf, KVNN, and yeah, Kite is one of them. There's another station which I'm not sure what it's called, but they're also there. Alright, so Fallout Boy. Thanks for the memories. Thanks for the memories. Soft Cell, Tainted Love. I think this might have also carried with Where Did Our Love Go, but I'm not too sure. Outcast, Miss Jackson, Radio Mix. Dennis Williams, let's hear for the boy. Wang Chung, everybody have fun tonight. Naughty by Nature, Hip Hop Hooray. Lionel Richie, Dancing on the Ceiling. Madonna, Holiday. Right Said Fred, I'm Too Sexy. Miami Sound Machine, Conga. Oddly enough, they don't play Turn a Beat Around from her or 1, 2, 3. Tainted Love and Where Did Our Love Go are often paired together, similar to We Will Rock You When We Are the Champions. That actually doesn't happen on Kite or on Jack FM. Usually on Jack FM, you just hear Tainted Love. And on Kite, same thing. Tainted Love and Where Did Our Love Go are separate on those stations. And Jack FM doesn't play Where Did Our Love Go standalone. Oddly enough, I don't know why. Sunny in a Spot, but a Parrot, both together all the same time. Okay. I wondered why Jack Fem or Kite don't do that. Oh well. Huey Lewis and the News, The Heart of Rock and Roll, Village People YMCA, Kenny Loggins, I'm Alright, Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood, Los del Rio Macarena, River Fae Mix, Baja Man, or Men, Who Let the Dogs Out. I love that. What else is there? Gorillas, Feel Good Inc. Single version. Rednecks, Cotton Eye Joe. Naughty by Nature, OPP. Tom Tom Club, Genius of Love. Quad City DJs, Come On and Ride It. Yellow, oh yeah. It's possible that the record label didn't license Where Our Love Go to a station, only Tainted Law. Yeah. Who Let the Dogs Out takes me back to 2000 watching Nickelodeon. Yeah, for some reason I keep thinking of a Madagascar movie or whatever the heck they call it. They got the penguins and they got that DreamWorks movie. They got the lion, they got the raccoon, squirrel, all those. And it was used in the Rugrats in Paris. It was. I haven't watched Rugrats. I haven't watched it, so maybe I should give it a look. Anyways, Yellow. Oh yeah. It's that song that goes like, Oh, yeah. Eiffel 65, blue. I'm blue, da da dee da ba da, na na nee na na da, na na nee na na na. The Cars, Shake It Up. D Light Groove is in the Heart. Cisco, Thong Song, mainstream radio edit. Reminds you of the Kool-Aid Man. Yeah. Oh yeah. Len or Len or Len, whatever. Steal My Sunshine. B-52's Rock Lobster. The Champs, Tequila. Lady Gaga, Applause. Madonna, Express Yourself. Destiny's Child, Jumpin' Jumpin'. Marky Mark and a Funky Bunch, Good Vibrations. That song plays now more commonly. Gary Newman, Cars. One of my favorite songs is Our Friends Electric by a band he called the Tubeway Army or something like that. It doesn't play on there. Jumpin' Jumpin' is another song that takes me back to 2000. Yeah. Destiny's Child, Beyonce, they were the big thing back then. Todd Rundgren, Bang the Drum All Day. This is a popular touchdown song. It's used by the Colts, by the Packers, and by the Bengals. Eddie Money, Shakin'. Todd Rundgren, Bang the Drum All Day is the song for the Colts, Bengals, and Packers. Eddie Money, Shakin'. Kim Wilde, Kids in America. Billy Squire, My Kind of Lover. I used to play actually a short time in 2023, I want to say, or maybe before that. Black Eyed Peas, Meet Me Halfway. Portugal the Man, Feel It Still. Beastie Boys, Girls. I think that might have been their only non-rapping song. Miley Cyrus, Party in the USA. Very 2007-ish, or around that time. Bay City Rollers, Saturday Night. Fatboy Slim, The Rockefeller Skank, short edit. Bruce Springsteen, Dancing in the Dark. Chic, Le Freak. Rihanna, Don't Stop the Music, radio edit. And Florida, Good Feeling. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes what's been played on May 20th from a few streams ago, and May 21st, which was closer but still long ago, to May 22nd, which we finished today. Lord, I can't take. Won't you fly free, bird? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's it. 1:19. I know it's super late, so I won't keep you hanging around losing sleep. So right now, yeah, I gotta go before I attract the copyright police. So yeah, it was nice to finally finish off this Jack FM. Next Friday or Saturday we do this. We're gonna try what was it called? February 2022 or January. God bless you, brother. Or, sorry, 23. Have a great Sunday. You too. Sleep deep, folks. Rise and shine bright. Christian, thank you for joining in. Cameron, Liv, and all the other people who stuck around. Adam, Willie, and Fortnite God. Everyone else who I didn't mention. Flurim as well. Go in peace, folks. Seek the love of the Lord.